Hello guys, Robert1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, I am doing my essentially first place locals deck profile. I've gone to a few locals with this so far, been doing quite a bit of testing online, and I thought, seeing as the first Magician deck profile was a little different to this, and I've kind of changed some of my theories on the deck and some of how I play the deck in ways, I thought it'd be time to update that deck profile, give you guys this new updated deck profile, because this is what I feel like is the better build now. From testing, it's like, sure, the first build was able to break this kind of version's build very easily, but just because of that is a fact, it doesn't mean it's the best build. And I felt like in testing, like when I was doing other things, doing sort of different strategies, this was the build that I would prefer to play because it just had more into it in general. Plus, I've been doing some extra techs and trying new things in and out of it, and it seems this deck works the best for me. But yeah, guys, this is essentially my first place deck profile. I've won like 2-3 locals with this, at least I topped the Brotherhood with it as well, so I have done a bit with it. And I know some locals might not count, but topping the Brotherhood is actually very good when you think about it, because it's the Brotherhood, it's the best locals in the UK, don't care what anyone says. But yeah, so this is my first place deck profile. Let's get into it because I want to show you my opinions and stuff. So put these to the side and let's get into it. So, first of all, without any doubt, we play 3 Harmonizing. Now, in the last build I was playing 2. This bit, I realized that this card is the best card in the deck, and it is the reason that the deck is still alive. Sure, at 2, you still get enough. It's very searchable for cards like Electromite and stuff, but I feel like I want to see it in my opening hand more than I want to search it, so I decided to bump it up from 2 to 3, because the card in general is insane, just being able to summon out any Magician from your main deck, giving you plays to rank 7, giving you Xyz plays, giving you Synchro plays, giving you Link plays, giving you all sorts of plays that you can do just because you had this card. Is insane, honestly. Like, you want to see this card in your opening hand every game because it's literally the key card to all of the plays you're going to make in the deck. So 3 Harmonizing Magician is the most important card of the deck, and without the deck would not be playable at all anymore. 3 Black Fang. Honestly, just best scale 8 in the deck. If it dies, it summons itself back. If it's obviously negated, being able to destroy itself to summon one from graveyard as well is insane. Like, honestly, always using this card's effect whenever I activate it. So 3 of this card is always very good. Next, triple Purple Poison. Outs any floodgate in the game. Thank you, Purple Poison. You have to play this at 3. It is literally only second to Harmonizing Magician. Only second to Harmonizing Magician. There's no other Magician this is second to. Wisdom Eye. You play 3 of this because he is the OG best Magician, being able to be any scale you want him to be. But honestly, I'm normally not resolving his effect because I'm normally using Pendulum Call more than him. So you still have to play 3 of him, because if you don't get the Pendulum Call, he's going to be very useful and you're going to want to activate his effect. But outside of those situations, he's not that great, so he usually just ends up a discard fodder or just material to make into an Xyz, a Link, or anything like that. But you still play 3 because if you don't open the Pendulum Call, he's the best. 2 Earth Dragon. Adds back your Magicians from extra deck. Very important. Being able to add the Harmonizing back from your extra deck to your hand, or being able to add, say, a Wisdom Eye back to your hand, and then just go into another, skip Pendulum Scale, so you can keep looping through, because that's one of the things I've done in this deck, where you use this, put Oath Dragon in, destroy Black Fang someone was from grave, or before you Black Fang, you add this back to hand, then you do this again, so you have another scale. So very good in this deck as well. You need to play 2 of it. I would not play less. one Zhangxi, negates Trickstar's level 7 to be able to make Vortex and stuff, so simple as that. You can either play this or Dragon Pit. If Trickstars wasn't a thing, I would most likely be playing Dragon Pit, just because Dragon Pit is an MST, and having another MST in the deck is very good, but this is, just because of Trickstar are a thing, I play one of this instead. Next, we play the Chronograph Engine. Very simple, use this to make Electromite, not going into big deals with it. Triple Abyss Actors, Electromite, not going into it. Triple Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, and double Gate. Electromite, not going into it. Except for these two. Something good with these two is that if you're playing with the Synchro, the Supreme King Dragon Synchro or the Dark Rebellion, you can actually get rid of those and then summon this back to make another Xyz play, which is actually pretty decent. So something for thought when you guys are playing the deck. And it has come up at times. One Jackal King. Now, you guys are probably thinking, one Jackal King? Why one Jackal King? Well, personally, I hate the Mythical Beast Engine. I really do. I feel like Cerberus being a card that is a scale 4, and if it gets ashed, you can't play the game because all of your deck is majority level 4, is terrible. I've never needed Cerberus, I've never wanted Cerberus, and if I had Cerberus, if it got ashed, I would lose. So in testing and in actual duels, I found you only need one Jackal King for the job. The one Jackal King equals a 5 negate board because you can search it through Electromite. You never use it outside of that situation. You're never going to get to it outside of that situation, sure, but with the Cerberus being a high ash target that if it does get ashed, you instantly lose the duel, Jackal King is broken, but Cerberus is bad. So I felt like playing one Jackal King was so much better. Every duel I've had him, I've done it. It's been fine. It's a good side-out target for going second as well, because I'm never going to use it going second, because I usually go into OTK mode going second. And one Jackal King is more than enough. You don't need to. It's searchable for Electromite, so you don't need to care. But yeah. The one Jackal King, Cerberus is bad in my opinion, but the Jackal King is good because it can equal a 5 negate board. And for hand traps, we only play 2 Ash Blossom. Might play 3 if I had a third, but I feel like 2's enough. You never want to, like, seeing 1 is good enough. You don't need to see more. Honestly, Ash Blossom, like, the only reason you play Ash, I play Ash in this is because it's a way to stop people from playing the game in a way. So honestly, I would normally prefer to see Pendulum cards, but if I go second and see the Ash Blossom, it's great. So, yeah. That's all the monsters. Honestly, the monster count I would not change at whatsoever. I would not change what monsters I play, because I feel like this is the correct lineup of monsters. Just like, it works the best. I have no problems with it whatsoever. I'm always able to get to plays that I need to do, and I'm always able to make a good enough board to play the game. So, monster count is always good for me. I don't think this monster count is bad whatsoever. It works really well, to be honest. Like, playing the 2 Supreme Gates in case you draw 1 and you get a Dark Worm is good just because you have that extra target. Also, it's another level 7 for Vortex. You got the Curtain Raisers that summon from hand, summon from scale really easily, which is good. You got the Chronographs. You got, like, everything in here I feel like is a good number for the deck. But yeah, that's the main monsters. They're all really good. I don't feel like there's any problems with them whatsoever. For spells, we played Triple Duelist Alliance. This searches Pendulum Call. That's all you need to know. This searches Pendulum Call and one other card in the deck that we get to later that most people don't play. Oh, and it also it searches Pendulum Call. That's all you need to know. It searches Pendulum Call. Which is great. Pendulum Call is one of your best cards. 2 Pendulum Call. This searches it. This card is broken. This card wins games. If they ash me, they will ash this. They won't ash this. I've never done... Like, honestly, this is a bait card. 90% of the time, this is a bait card. Double Desires. It's Desires, +1. What you're going to do. Foolish Burial, Descend the Darkworm. Dragon Shrine, Descend Darkworm. Darkworm Engine with support. That's all the spells. Pretty simple. Like, I play the Duelist Alliance because it searches Pendulum Core, and it also searches this Broken Trap card, which honestly wins games if you have this card. Like, seriously, if you can make a board of negates with this, you win the duel. You just win the duel. I'm not even joking. You honestly win the duel there and then, because if your opponent makes, say you make at least two negates, and then your opponent, you negate two of those cards, your opponent starts to establish a board, but then you activate this card, they lose. They can't do anything. This card is insane. Like, seriously, this card is in the nuts. It's actually insane, and that's why I'm playing 3 Duelist Alliance, because it can search these 2 good cards, and it can search this card, which is insane. So, yeah. Ratio for this is fine. I wouldn't play more Time Pendulum Graph, honestly. This card at 1 is fine. The Dragon, I would only play 1 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish. I don't feel like you need to play more. 2 Desires is enough. I don't want to be seeing multiple in hand. 2 Pendulum Core is enough, and 3 Duelist Alliance is more than enough. So, yep, that's the main deck. The main deck's really good, actually. I've never had a problem with it. I've not really seen any bricks with it, except in like 1-2 duels, and that was in a finals at locals, which was annoying, but still won that. And that's it, really. Like, this deck performs very well. It does really good in general for the main deck. But let's move on to the extra deck, so you guys can know what we're doing. So stars, Brotherhood token. Yeah, Brotherhood's the best. 1 Underclock, if they Ibly me, I get a free link. 2 Electromite, this card wins you the game. This card is the main go-to card. It's the reason, one of the reasons the deck can still play. So you need to play 2 of this. Never making a third. I've never made a third or needed to. 1 Decode. Reason I play Decode over Zephyra, because I'm not playing the Zephyra Metaltron, is because this is basically 2 more negates that are really powerful. Like, seriously, say you're playing against Trickstar Sky Striker, Trickstar, or Trickstar Sky Striker, whichever, and they activate a card that targets, negate it. Just straight up negate it. You're not touching me. So, this is just another negate, which is really, really nice. Usually obviously you don't use this to tribute your other negates first, but this card in general is a really good card for negating. 1 Borreload is Borreload, you're going to play Borreload. 1 Dweller for Goki, Goki, BA, anything that has graveyard effects. 1 Tornado Dragon, before I picked up an extra card. 1 Tornado Dragon, MST, you need to play it. Dark Rebellion, wins you duels. Just straight up 4k damage at least. Trapeze. These 2 are game. Naruto, Mr. Negate. Absolute to go into Vortex. Dawn's Trackster, another negate. Supreme King, Raigeki. Ignista clears everything, and Vortex because it negates stuff. Like, I'm not, like, you don't need to go into big information with this extra deck, because, like, outside of the Decode Talker, there's not really anything in here that's different from majority of extra decks. Maybe the Performage Trapeze Magician being able to give something a double attack, or the Dark Rebellion, because I see some builds not playing these, but honestly, a lot of this stuff is just standard, because it's like majority of Pendulum decks play it. Like, from what I've been testing, I've been playing most of these cards for a very long time, and it's been working very well. But like, it kind of is common knowledge for those extra deck cards. But let's get into the side deck I used and give you some explaining, because obviously this is a first place deck profile, so I've got to show you the side deck as well, you know. But yeah, so for side deck we play Triple Denkoseka. You go up against Trickstar Sky Striker. You go up against Sky Striker. You go up against Altergeist. I win. GG. Essentially just a blowout card. If you normal summon this, they can't do anything during your turn. Simple as that. Denkoseka is insane. 2 Kumungus. This is for anything that has big monsters. This is for Goki. This is for any problems such as that. double twin twister, back row decks, just to wait to out them, plus it gives me discard outlet for Dark Worm if I open it. Evenly match, clear their boards, simple as. Infinite Impermanence, triple. You play 3 of this because if you go up against Goki or anything that really needs a monster on board, you activate this and you just normally win. Like you especially use this against Goki because if you're playing against Goki, you normally just auto lose going second. Because you can't really out their board in any way, shape, or form after the first turn. Like, there's not a lot of things in the deck that you can do to out their board, because like normally they're gonna have a goblin to stop targeting, a Cerberus to stop destruction by effects, and a Phoenix to stop destruction by battle. So being able to stop them from getting to that point completely is very important. So 3 impermanence in the side, you're always going to be siding this in against Goki. And triple red reboot for obviously any trap-based deck. You also side this in against Trickstar because it stops the reincarnation. So, yeah, that is the deck profile, guys. Well, honestly, the deck works really well. The side deck is great. Like, this single-handedly won me matches against, like, Trickstar Sky Striker. Like, they never suspect it. Like, I say standby phase, they don't have a response, then I just be like, normal summon. Denko for game. And it's just like, you've got, like, in testing, all of this has worked really, really well. Like, I've not had any problems with it. Even in real life, I've not had any problems with it. Like, main deck, just outstanding work. It's never had, like, I've never had a single bad issue with this deck in any way, shape, or form. And that's a good thing when you're playing a deck like this. You want something that can consistently build a board turn 1, and then consistently murder your opponent turn 2. And that's what this deck does. This deck consistently kills your opponent turn 2, and then it consistently builds a board turn 1, which is why I feel like the deck is the best deck of the format. But, yeah, guys, what do you personally think of my Pendulum Magician deck profile? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think there's some choice changes you would make? Would you play them as Mythical Beast Engine? Personally, I wouldn't, because if you get ashed, you instantly lose, and stuff like that. But, you know, there's certain things in here that are different from a majority of other builds, but personally, I feel like this is the best build in my opinion. It works really well. Having this trap card, oh my god, it's a savior, murders everything in the game, and it's just really nice to have a lot of this stuff. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more deck profiles, again, don't forget to press the like button. If you want to see more future videos from me, don't forget to press the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of any content I create or streams I do, don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of that. But yeah, guys, that's the video. This card, I know I said in my last one, is not that great anymore, but it's still an amazing card, and I can't deny that. But yeah, guys, that's the video. And Robot1 signing out. Pendulum Magicians, you're my babies, and I'm going to carry on playing you for a bit. Later, guys. Robot1 signing out.